Hello everyone, how are you today? En esta ocasión, en este video, vamos a ver 3 lecciones que es la unidad 6, es la última unidad que vamos a ver en este semestre. Y más que nada lo estoy haciendo para que puedan adelantar los temas que necesitan para su proyecto, que tienen todavía pendiente la segunda parte, bueno, los temas para la segunda parte. Pero como ya hay varios alumnos que ya han estado adelantando la parte 2 del proyecto, considero importante que vean los temas antes por si surgen algunas dudas todavía referente al tema. Okay, so let's begin. So we're gonna start with lesson 6A, which is about will and want. And this is the use for predictions. In this lesson, you will have opposite verbs, and also you will see will and want to make predictions. In this case, you will see a pessimistic prediction and an optimistic prediction. Here with this activity 2 on the grammar, you have a statement, probably will be a plan, and then you will listen to the optimistic answer and the pessimistic answer. Okay, then we have the pronunciation here with the apostrophe and the double L. Like instead of saying I will, we have I'll be late. Instead of saying you will, we have you'll never. He'll pay. It'll go. Will miss. Okay, remember this is the contraction and you can use it like this. And in negative will be want, okay? Or the other one will be will not. Then also you have here the word want, like here, and the word want. They sound very similar, but you have to be able to discriminate these two sounds in order to know which one are you listening to. Okay, then we have the communication. In this case you will have statements like these ones too, and then you will have to make predictions, but you have to make the pessimistic prediction. Okay, and this is only for practice. You don't need to send the audio for this part. Okay, this is the other part of the conversation for the pessimistic answer and the optimistic answer. Then we'll see the grammar in a little bit. And for this listening, we also can make prediction just by looking at the first letter here. We can guess. We're gonna guess what is the missing word in each tip from the colors here in this radio show. Okay. First, try to guess what is the word, and then you will listen to the audio so you can check. And this part you don't need to do it, just the activity for the radio show. Okay, on the other page we have a reading about why negative thinking can be positive, and that is called defensive pessimism. Okay, and I think we do this a lot, so you're gonna be related. This is going to be relatable. And then you have to complete this with an article. And let's see the other part of the page. Okay, and then you have this speaking activity, which is also practice. You have here a statement, and you have to think of the pessimistic answer or the optimistic answer, responding with these phrases. I hope so, or I hope not. I think so, I don't think so. Maybe, perhaps, I doubt it. Probably or probably not. Definitely or definitely not, depending on what do you think is going to be your answer about these questions. So let's see the grammar. Remember here, will and won't. In this case, we are using them to make predictions. And we have these examples. I'm seeing Jessica at 6. She'll be late. That is the prediction. The movies in French. We won't understand anything. This is the prediction. It's a great book. I'm sure you'll like it. This is another prediction. And I don't think it'll rain tomorrow. We have another prediction here. Remember also that going to, we use it for predictions, but that is also for plans. ¿Ok? Entonces, recuerden que las dos, tanto going to como will, lo podemos utilizar para hacer predicciones. Pero el going to sí lo utilizamos para hacer planes. Este no, el will no lo podemos utilizar para hacer planes. En la lección 6b vamos a ver los otros usos de will y won't. And here we just have the structures and the constructions, which you already know, and we have seen them in previous lessons. Okay, and we just have more examples here with I think and I don't think. Aquí la parte negativa se pone con el verbo think. Okay, the example is I think he'll fail the exam, or I don't think he'll pass the exam. Okay, nada más para que recuerden aquí donde iría la parte negativa, va en el verbo think. So in the first part of the grammar bank, we have questions or affirmative or negative sentences. Okay, you already have the subject and the verb, but you need to see how are you going to modify it. In this case, it's going to be will or won't, depending on what it says right here. So right now you can pause the video and write your sentences or questions. Already, let's check the answers. This is the number 1. I think they'll lose the game. En esta parte puede variar. Recuerden que en algunas pueden utilizar la contracción. Si ustedes pusieron they will lose the game, igual está correcta. No importa que hayan utilizado la palabra completa o la contracción. Nada más si revisen el orden en el que las hayan puesto. Number 2, will the meeting be long? En este caso, como es pregunta, no se puede contraer el will. Se debe de escribir la palabra completa. Number 3, she won't get the job. 4, will you see him at work later? 5, it'll be impossible to park. 6, you won't like that book. 7, I'm sure she'll love the present I bought her. 8, there won't be a lot of traffic in the morning. Fíjense aquí que tenemos there, won't be. Estas tres palabras las podemos entender en español como no habrá. ¿Ok? Ya cambia el significado aquí. Number 9, you'll find a good job, I'm sure. And number 10, everything will be okay, so there's no need to worry. En esta número 10, everything está como sujeto, ¿ok? Everything will be okay. So if you have any questions here, so remember you can always send a message and we'll check that out. Okay, in part B, we have the verbs here. In this case, the verb be, you're gonna use it twice. Then we have get, like, pass, and snow. In the first one, you already have will be, okay? These are conversations. Do you think the traffic will be bad? Fíjense aquí el orden. La pregunta está al inicio, por eso aquí el único auxiliar que va al inicio es do you. Y will be no se cambia de lugar porque la pregunta es la primera parte. ¿Ok? Para que no se vayan a confundir aquí porque está will be como si fuera presente, aunque es pregunta, es porque está esta parte del do you think, esa es la parte de pregunta. And the answer is no because it's a holiday today. Okay, so check what is the verb that you are going to use. And you will use will. Pause the video now. Okay, so let's check the answers. We are going to see conversation 1. Do you like this band? Yes, I think they will be famous one day. Igual si utilizaron la contracción they'll be, también es correcto, ¿ok? Porque es afirmativa, entonces sí se puede escribir apóstrofe y doble L nada más. Y el verbo. Number 2, is this a good movie? Yes, I'm sure you will like it. 3, do you think it will snow? No, it's not cold enough. Ok, vean que aquí tenemos el otro ejemplo igual. Do you think es la parte de pregunta y después tenemos un sujeto, o en este caso es un pronombre it, will, snow. Ese está en el orden normal como si fuera afirmativo. And number 4, what do you think James will get me? Ok, igual otra vez la parte de pregunta está en do you think. I'm sure it will be something nice. Number 5, I'm so worried about the exam. Don't worry, I'm sure you will pass. Okay, so those were the correct verb to use. Okay, so for this lesson 6A, you are going to send only pages 46 and 47, and the communication only your answers. Okay, remember this is only for practice, but for me it's important that I see how you write your predictions with the use with will or won't. Okay, and there's no need to send audio in this lesson. Now let's see lesson 6B, which is again about will and want, but with other uses. Here we have a reading and listening, and remember this couple, we have seen them before in previous lessons, and this is the important part. Check right here in part B of the grammar. Other uses for will and want are offering, to do something, deciding to do something in the moment. Ahí utilizamos el will o el want para hablar de una decisión que tomamos en el momento. ¿Ok? A eso se refiere with deciding to do something. And promising to do something. Entonces va a ser para ofertas, decisiones y promesas. Esos serían los otros usos de will y want. Ahorita vemos otros ejemplos. Okay, so here in this part we have the pronunciation for two-syllable verbs. Recuerden, aquí ya está separada por sílabas, entonces vamos a ver cuáles son las que tienen una sílaba o dos sílabas, igual si tiene el stress o el acento en la primera sílaba o en la segunda. Tenemos aquí la primera palabra que está separada por dos sílabas y se dice decide. Entonces ahí ustedes van a checar si tiene el stress o el énfasis o el acento, como le quieran llamar, en la primera sílaba o en la segunda, y lo van a escribir en esta pequeña tablita. Igual si piensan que es muy pequeño el espacio, la pueden anotar en la libreta para que no les quede tan amontonado aquí. Okay, then we have these phrases that you need to complete. You can do this individually. I never complain. I won't forget. I'll invite. I need to borrow. I prefer to. Okay. And then on this page, we have vocabulary for some verbs that change adding the preposition back. For example, here we have Carmen came to England. And then we have Carmen came back to England, which are different, okay? Just by adding this word, it changes the meaning. So this is what you're going to see with this activity. You have the image and you have to complete these conversations with these verbs that we have. This is the other part of the conversations. And then here it says ask and answer in groups. You're going to do it with your partner. And again, this is only for practice. Okay, we have these 6 questions. And we have these other phrases that we can use when you're giving an example or giving reasons. For example, for instance, I usually, because, it depends, when, I usually, ¿ok? Estas frases las van a utilizar para completar su respuesta de estas 6 preguntas que tenemos por aquí, para que practiquen estos verbos con la palabra back. Okay, so these are the other uses that I mentioned before to make decisions in the moment. Okay, es muy importante que tomen en cuenta eso, que son decisiones que se hacen en el momento. We have this example, I won't stay for dinner. Algo pasó, entonces por eso decidimos cambiar el plan. I think I'll go home early. También lo vamos a utilizar para hacer ofertas. ¿A qué se refiere ofertas? Cuando ofrecemos ayuda o ofrecemos algo. Por ejemplo, aquí tenemos I'll help you with your homework. I'll open the door for you. ¿Ok? A ese tipo de ofertas se refiere. And then also for promises. I'll always love you or I won't tell anybody. ¿Ok? Entonces, esos serían los otros usos para will y want que tenemos para hacer predicciones, que sería el uso principal, a tomar decisiones en el momento, a hacer ofertas, ofrecer algo, en este caso ofrecemos ayuda, y hacer promesas. Okay, well, it just says here for making instant decisions, offers and promises. Okay, we don't use the present tense, we use I'll or I will help you with those bags. And with the questions with I and we use shall. Es muy raro que aún lo utilicen. Por lo regular siempre utilizan will, que sería incorrecto, pero muy poca gente utiliza el shall. Okay, so this is just for you to know that how it is with I and we. Like it says right here, is not a common use. To say, should we go for a walk? Okay, so here is part A for lesson 6B. Here you have to match the sentences. We have the first one already. It's hot in here. I'll open the window. Okay, so basically you're going to match with a decision or an offer. So right now pause the video so you can read and match. Let's check the answers. We're gonna start with number 1. I'm thirsty. I'll get you a glass of water. 2. I have a headache. I'll turn off the music. 3. This exercise is hard. I'll help you with it. 4. I'm hungry. I'll make you a sandwich. 5. These bags are heavy. I'll carry one for you. 6. I left my wallet at home. I'll lend you some money. 7. I need that photo urgently. I'll email it to you. And number 8. We don't have any milk. I'll buy some on my way home. Now let's do part B. You already have the verbs here and you need to add either will or want. And well, you can also use the contraction for will. Remember, it's apostrophe and to else. Okay, so right now, pause the video, please. Let's check the answers. Number 1, I can't do this crossword. I'll help you. 2, it's a secret. I won't tell anyone, I promise. 3, when will I hear from you again? I'll call you tonight. 4, can I borrow 50? When will you pay me back? 5, it's my birthday next week. Don't worry, I won't forget. 6, I feel sick. I'll take you home. 7, these shoes are too small. I'll get a bigger pair for you, ma'am. 8, this chocolate you bought isn't very good. Yes, I know. I won't buy it again. Okay, so for this lesson 6B, only send pages 48 and 49. No audio, no extra pages, just those two. Now let's finish with lesson 6C. This is the review of verb forms, present, past, and future. Okay, so here in lesson 6C, the topic is the meaning of dreaming. And as I mentioned before, we have different tenses, present, past, and future. It's going to be all mixed up. Like here in this example says, I dreamt about a road. That is in past. And then the answer is, that means you're going to travel. Here we have future with going to. Okay, so you have to be very careful with the tenses here. First, we have the listening, which you can do in pairs, but it's only practice. You don't need to send audio for this part. You have these questions, and then we have to fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb for this part, okay? This is the other part of this activity. And then we have the two listenings to complete the other part of the page. Okay, here in the grammar, we have to identify the tense. For example, we have to mark double P for present perfect. Then we have just one P for the past and PR for the present and F for future. Okay, so you have to read these sentences and write the letter according to the tense. Then on number 3, it says speaking, but we are going to change it to writing activity with these 2 pages that you have. You need to write your answer so I can check the grammar and verify that you understood all these tenses here. Okay, so remember, there's no speaking, only writing with your answers to check the grammar. Then we have the modifiers, which I'll show you in a little bit. The pronunciation for the letters E, A. En esta parte, cuando tenemos palabras con estas 2 vocales, tenemos diferentes sonidos. Tenemos 6 sonidos para palabras que tengan estas 2 vocales. ¿Ok? Los 3 más comunes serían I, E y A. Estos últimos 3 son diferentes porque tienen una R enseguida de estas 2 vocales. Entonces ya también va a ser otro sonido. Por eso son 6 sonidos aquí. Okay, so you're going to listen to this audio here. But first, try to guess what is the sound or the pronunciation for each word and write it according to the sound here. Okay. And well, you also have a video listening there. Okay, these are the modifiers. We have a little or a little bit, fairly, incredibly, not very, really, and very. Okay, these words are going to be next to adjectives. Like in this case, we have a little difficult or a little bit difficult, or a little slowly, depending. You can use different adjectives. Like here we have dark. Okay, so they go from less to the most. Okay, so you're going to categorize them here according to the amount of, in this case, darkness. Okay, and this activity, well, is for the video listening. Okay, so for the grammar bank for lesson 6C, we have the review of present, past, and future. we have simple present, present continuous, simple past, past continuous, future with be going to, and future with will and want, and present perfect and all their uses here. Okay, basically this is just for you to review the structures, and if you have any questions about any of them, let me know so we can have maybe another explanation or another activity just for better understanding. Okay, this is very important that you know how to write them, and all the structures and the auxiliary verbs that you need for each of them. Okay. So here we will have different tense. Complete the questions with one word. So pay attention to all the words in each one so you can identify what tense you're going to use. So right now you can pause the video. Okay, let's check the answers. Number 1, do you often remember your dreams? 2, did you watch the game last night? 3, who do you think will win the election next year? 4, have you been to the supermarket? 5, does your brother like rock music? 6, what are you going to watch on TV tonight? 7, was it snowing when you left? 8, were you at the party last night? 9, has the movie finished yet? Ok, para hacer esta actividad más completa, de este lado me van a identificar qué tiempo es. Either simple present, present continuous, going to or future with going to, future with will or want, and present perfect. Okay? Just for me to know that you understand all the tenses. And this is the part B. We have this conversation. You have to put the verb in the correct form. Again, you have different tenses here. Okay, so pause the video, please. Let's check the answers. I'm gonna read the whole conversation, okay? What are we doing tonight? We're having dinner with Diego and Luz. But we had dinner with them last week. Yes, but they want to tell us some good news. Oh, okay then. I'll buy some flowers. It's 8 o'clock. Where have you been? I'm sorry. When I was walking home, I stopped to buy the flowers, and then I saw Mark in the store. Well, hurry up. We're going to be late. It's okay. I've already called a taxi, and I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Okay, so those were the verbs, the correct verbs. Okay, so for this lesson, only send pages 50 and 51. And remember, we changed the speaking activity for writing, so don't forget to send your answers too. And the due date for Unit 6, which are Lesson 6A, 6B, and 6C, it's December 9th already. When you finish covering all the lessons, don't forget to mark or check the following checklist, which is the lista de cotejo, which I'm going to explain. Okay, so first you're going to complete with your information, your name, your career, your student name, and the date you fill it out. Here you also have the due date, which is December 9th. And basically here you're going to mark the activities that you accomplished or you didn't accomplish. We had the task and the performance, which was or is 50%. That is the activities, the audios or text for the main lessons of all the lessons that we have covered so far. Well, that's all the lessons. Then the platforms is 20%. And for those who didn't have the platform, the equivalent activities from the lessons from unit 1 to 6. And the final project, which is 30%, that is the presentation or the video and the script of the topics we covered during the course. And you have part 1 and part 2 if you did it that way. Also, this is very important for me, your comments, which is your feedback about the course. Okay, so make sure you complete also this part. So here you are going to mark with either an X or whatever you want to mark here, accomplished or not accomplished. Okay, and then here will be my comments about your performance or your activities in general. You need to sign before you turn it in, and then I'll send it back to you with my signature and my comments. But this is very important, and this will not affect your grade. So this is like a personal checklist. It's about the course, but it's also for my improvement in the work that I do. Okay, so basically that is all the classes that we are going to have. Remember these important dates. You have until December 9th to turn in lesson 6A, 6B, and 6C, which is the whole unit 6. And the deadline for turning in everything also is December 9th. Okay, either pending lessons, the project, part 1 or 2, the platform activities, and you will have a last quiz. Los que están en la plataforma, recuerden que ahí les aparece 6C o C6, no recuerdo muy bien cómo es, pero ese es el test del avance que tuvieron ustedes ahí en la plataforma. Entonces es importante que lo realicen, y los que no tuvieron la plataforma, la próxima semana les estaré publicando el link para que realicen ese último quiz también, que será parte de su calificación. Entonces tomen en cuenta el tiempo que les toma grabar el video, editarlo, subirlo o compartirlo, dependiendo cómo lo vayan a realizar, para que no se les pase la fecha de entrega. Después del 9 de diciembre ya no se aceptarán ningún trabajo pendiente, ningún proyecto final, nada. Entonces tomen en cuenta, tenemos todavía 3 semanas para que entreguen sus actividades que tengan pendientes o lo que les falte. Alrighty, so that is everything for today, and remember, if you have any question or doubt, you can always send a message. So goodbye, take care.